Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. 17 West Indian players were in action on the opening day of the 4th Abu Dhabi T10 League, which got underway at the Sheikh Zayed Stadium earlier on Thursday. In the first of 3 matches, the Nicholas Puran captain Northern Warriors took on the Maratha Arabians. However, they were left disappointed after going down by 5 wickets. Ricardo Chambers looks back at the tournament opener.
6 West Indians in the Northern Warriors lineup entering battle with the West Indian-less Maratha Arabians. The Caribbean men front and centre as the Warriors were sent to bat. Brandon King given an early chance.
Who wants it? Nobody in the air catching thin air.
One he made use of, putting on 6-2 for the first wicket with Trinidadian Lendl Simmons. The 26-year-old King taking a liking to the 40-year-old Mohammad Hafiz, smashing him for 20 in the 4th over. 3 attractive sixes among his offerings. Miscommunication led to the breaking of the partnership. The Jamaican run out for 29 of 13 deliveries.
Huge moment.
Nicholas Puran came and offered a chance.
Oh, it's up in the air, should be taken.
And when it wasn't taken, he too let loose, striking 2 fours and a 6 in his 19 of 9 deliveries. At the second offering, the Arabians gladly accepted his wicket. Simmons also offered chances, but he survived on his way to a half-century.
Oh, that's brilliant batting. That's going to be a 50 for Lendl Simmons. First of the tournament.
The right-hander ending not out on 54 from 31 deliveries, while Rovman Powell raced to 22 of 17 as the Warriors powered to 127 for 2 from their 10 overs. When the Arabians replied, Powell remained in the action, taking a comfortable catch to dismiss Javed Ahmadi at 6 for 1. 128 looked a little much at that stage, but the Warriors might not have accounted for Abdul Shakur Bangash, a 35-year-old with no international experience. He had all he needed though to bang the Warriors bowling around on his way to a majestic half-century.
Batted, you better believe it. That's up on the back. Oh, talk about a half-century of note.
Jamaican Fabian Allen made 2 crucial breakthroughs. First, Laurie Evans for 9 and then Hafiz for 19. 101 for 3 at that stage. The Arabians though still in control. But a superb 9th over from Riyad Emirates, which cost 3 runs and accounted for Bangash for 73, and the run-out, brilliant it was too, of Ishan Malhotra by Rovman Powell, left the Arabians needing 8 from the final over. And for the first 4 deliveries from Wayne Parnell, it seemed they would complete a narrow escape until Lendl Simmons' misfield at backward point cost them a boundary and effectively the match. The Arabians going on to win by 5 wickets. The West Indians, the Warriors, beaten in the tournament opener.
Well, in the day's second encounter, Pollard, Kennar Lewis and the Deccan Gladiators were overshadowed by Jamaican Kennar Lewis, who led the Pune Devils to victory.
5 West Indians across both teams as the Deccan Gladiators took on the Pune Devils in the opening match of Group B. The Karen Pollard captain Gladiators sent to bat. Pollard's Trinidadian counterpart Kennar Lewis opening the batting, but he didn't last long, bowled by Nasir Hussain for 1. The Gladiators were looking to Pollard for a big knock, but he misjudged one from the ungainly-looking 36-year-old Oman international Munis Ansari, the West Indies white ball skipper, LBW for 1. 22-year-old Azam Khan, the son of former Pakistan wicketkeeper Moin Khan, top-scored with 37 from 13 to propel the Gladiators to a competitive 104 for 5. 105 for the Devils to win, and they opened with Englishman Tom Culler Cadmore and Jamaican Kennar Lewis. Cadmore couldn't handle Ravi Rampal though, the former Windies fast bowler nipping one back to leave them 13 for 1. Chadwick Walton came in at number 3 and he kept the scoreboard moving. He made 18 from 11 deliveries. Zahur Khan eventually getting his wicket.
That's the danger, but that's a cracker.
And when Sunil Narine outsmarted Darwish Razuli at 63 for 3 in the 7th over, the Gladiators looked like the winners. But who would have banked on Lewis to steer the Devils home? The 29-year-old smashing 6 sixes and 3 fours in his unbeaten 57 of 28 balls to steer his team to victory with 4 deliveries to spare. Lewis deservedly named player of the match as the superstars Pollard and Narine ended up on the losing side to start the tournament.
Incredibly well.
And in the day's final game, Johnson Charles scored an unbeaten 73, while Andre Fletcher made 32 in a 101-run opening stand. But it wasn't enough for the Bangla Tigers to beat the Delhi Bulls. The Tigers posted 128 for 2 against Fidel Edwards 1 for 17 and Dwayne Bravo 1 for 21. In reply, Evan Lewis made 32 and Sherfin Rutherford an unbeaten 11 as the Bulls reached their target with 7 balls to spare. Remember, the Abu Dhabi T10 lives on the home of champions, and action continues tomorrow starting at 7 a.m. 8 Eastern Caribbean time. Lance, I start with you. Of course, an exciting morning of cricket, and all the action came on SportsMax. What did you think about the West Indians' performances?
Well, first of all, excited that 3 more games will be played in the morning, starting at 8 o'clock Eastern Caribbean time, 7 o'clock in Jamaica Friday morning. But it was very good to see Caribbean players in action. I saw Johnson Charles there actually smashing the ball around as well, and those recaps we just got from Ricardo. But a good look, so many West Indian players in a tournament. That looks exciting, to be quite honest. The television product looks amazing, the camera work and the graphics and all of that. And I'm quite excited to see this action-packed tournament continue.
George, the tournament looks extremely open. Of course, it's the first match, only the first match. What did you take away from today's games?
Well, as Lance said, the visuals were very, very good. Top of the line. I wouldn't argue. I mean, you can't say that you've seen things on TV. The presentation are better. We saw Alex Jordan come up, so we had the Caribbean flavor on the sidelines as well as on the pitch, and it was really good. What I like about the Abu Dhabi T10 is it caused me to think, as I watched the action today, it caused me to think, why did cricket take so long to make a made-for-TV version of the event? The 50 over format was intended to be that made-for-TV version, and yes, Kerry Packer had it like that. But when you compare the 50 over cricket to a basketball game, which is 2 hours, a football game, which is 2 hours, and all of the main sports which you can digest in a 2-hour window, NFL or any other major sports in the United States or elsewhere around the world, you realize that 50 over cricket wasn't cutting it. And those who thought of T20 as the version of the game to use, fantastic. And then those who pared down T20 and said, okay, T10, brilliance once again. So I was looking at the competition and saying T10, T20, absolutely perfect. How many games were played today? 3?
Yes.
3 games in how many hours?
About 6.
There you go.
Yeah.
So it's tremendous, and it's just what cricket needed. Long may this SportsMax should sponsor a T10 league.
George, you know you've made you've made that comment 24 hours too late. You should have made it yesterday when Michael Holding was on. It would have started a whole new debate.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I didn't want to I didn't want to ruffle the feathers of Michael, because I know he's not a limited overs man. But look.
No, he doesn't mind the 50 over game, but he's against T20.
Yeah, but
I'm sure
and
T10.
they think it kills the Test cricket.
No, but I'm
actually.
saying it doesn't kill Test cricket. Test cricket can't die, because when we see the purity of Test cricket as we saw in Australia recently, but I'm just saying that it took cricket so long to get a made-for-TV version T20, and still there are people who dislike T20 only because they said it was rubbish at the start, and now that it has proven successful, they can't go back on their comments again because they went too far up the criticism tree. And then T10 comes now, it is fantastic, and I hope that COVID and so forth, the situation normalizes in England, the team, where we can get the 100, because I'm keen to see how the 100 will be presented on TV, because the T10 is almost like the 100 in my book.
When both of you look at the West Indies players, starring in this Abu Dhabi T10, do you all feel any sort of way when we think about how our West Indies team itself is suffering?
No. Well, I've said, and Lance hasn't, that the West Indies are very good at I compare them to a 100-meter sprinter. You just get up and you run. Yeah, there's a lack of strategy, and when you have to think to influence the outcome, that's lacking. So I think T10, T20, perfect for our guys. As Lance and myself pointed out when you weren't here the other day, Mariah, we suck at the 50 over game. We are rubbish in 50 over cricket, but we are kings, champions, superstars. T20 and now T10.
Lance, talk to me about the Jamaican Kennar Lewis, of course, very brilliant with the bat today.
Yeah, he's all the way from Westmoreland in Jamaica and really dominated today, batted really, really well. You know, ever since his entry into the CPL, he was known to be a player who can change a game based on how hard he hits the ball and how much of a shot maker he is. And he certainly was the difference in that triggered the result for his team today. And I'm anxious to see him bat again. He is not one of the more celebrated white ball players in the Caribbean, but we saw what he displayed today. His willingness to take chances and just his aggression. Always a pleasure to see someone like that bat in white ball cricket.
Can we pick our teams that we're supporting for the Abu Dhabi T10? Let's pick one now. George, who's going to win?
I'll pick mine Friday.
No.
No, I'm going to go with the Devils.
I'm going with the Northern Warriors, captained by Puran.
I'll take the Devils.
Lance, George is... Let's just hope there's no pun
Tell us
on
what the
that.
producer just said, Mariah.
Can I say that on air?
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you
They
can.
said George is a devil.
A devil. Well, he's backing the devil, so he becomes a devil.
And my football team are
like
known as
the
the
Red
Red
Devils.
Devils. There
Yeah,
you
so
go.
Okay,
there's nothing
fine.
wrong.
But Lance doesn't get away.
No, Lance is going to pick his on the morning of the final, Mariah.
No, I'd name my team tomorrow,
No,
for real.
that is so true.
But you know, my problem right now is that Mariah just named the team that I would more be leaning towards, because
That's
usually
fine, we can.
Mariah and I have similar likes in white ball cricket. We both supported Trinidad Tobago Knight Riders in the CPL. And you know, I'm a huge Puran fan, so if Puran captains the team, I'm leading there. But I'll tell you my team on Friday.
We'll wait for Friday, and hopefully he doesn't have another excuse. We gotta go now. We're gonna take a short break, but remember, the Abu Dhabi T10 lives on SportsMax, and more action comes up tomorrow.